Gi is a uniform. In Brazil, they call them a kimono. In jiu-jitsu, it's a jiu-jitsu gi, and it's our training uniform. And the reason we wear this uniform is, one, not so we look like ninjas or anything like that. That's not the main reason.
Maybe.
There's maybe some aspects, but one, it's a training tool. This is a very durable piece of equipment that can withstand the rigors of training. Unlike a t-shirt or sweatpants, things like that, if I was to grab and continuously pull on a t-shirt, you would need a new t-shirt for every class. Our uniforms allow us to train and use material, clothing, in a semi-realistic manner that you would be able to use in self-defense, as well as they can withstand the rigors of training.
Right.
So, you don't want to have to buy a new shirt.
One of the things people don't understand about the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gi is that it is a training implement. It is not a costume. So in many other forms of martial arts, the attire is costumish. It doesn't have a real purpose. It's to represent rank and those types of things. But in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, we utilize the material to control our opponent with throws, with joint locks, and with various other things. There is a component of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that can be utilized without the kimono or without the gi. But with the gi, it offers another level of self-defense education, because almost all self-defense scenarios happen with people who have clothes on. If you're in a self-defense scenario and the other person doesn't have any clothes on, that may be a different topic or a different martial arts school. Obviously, I'm joking, but you can understand what I mean. Everyone that I'm going to utilize self-defense again will have clothing that I'll be able to use to move them, or to throw them, or to take them down, or to control them. And most people outside of the educated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner have no idea how to deal with that, counter that, or understand that. And when you have the ability to utilize the clothing and the material against an opponent who's unaware, it gives you a huge advantage. And that's one of the reasons we train in the kimono. Sometimes when we look at something like the UFC, we could think maybe that's the closest thing to reality. But being a former UFC fighter, I could tell you that that's not actually true. I've never been in a self-defense situation where there was a ref and we had 900 square feet of padded floor, and my self-defense person had nothing on but Speedos and gloves. I've never, ever been in that type of self-defense situation. A real self-defense situation happens in the times when you least expect it, and everyone has clothes on, and there are environments like cars and like concrete, and we have things like walls to mimic some of those things, so that the self-defense practice that you do at Gladiators Academy most closely exhibits a real life self-defense situation.
And as a former law enforcement officer, I can tell you it really benefits your training, because you have that, you learn how to use those handles and people's clothing to control them. It's pretty effective.